The village of Vesper's Hollow was the kind of place where the wind always smelled like pine needles, and the neighbors knew what you had for breakfast before you even finished eating. It was peaceful for most, but for Cassian, it felt like a pressure cooker. Cassian was young, ambitious, and unfortunately, cursed with a thin skin. If someone whispered about his messy garden, he'd spend all night weeding. If the local baker frowned at his shoes, Cassian would buy a new pair the next day. He was a prisoner of everyone else's opinions. One Tuesday, after a particularly nasty rumor had circulated about his failing apple crop, Cassian felt his heart heavy with anxiety. He couldn't sleep, he couldn't breathe. He decided to seek out Silas, an old man who lived in a small stone cottage at the very edge of the Whispering Woods. George was a mystery. He had no TV, no phone, and he didn't attend the town meetings, yet he was the happiest man anyone had ever seen. Cassian found George sitting on his porch, calmly carving a piece of driftwood. "George," Cassian gasped, sitting on the steps. "How do you do it? Everyone in Vesper's Hollow is talking about me. They say I'm a failure. I can't stop thinking about it. I'm losing my mind trying to make them like me again." George didn't look up from his wood. "Cassian, go to the well over there. Bring me a bucket of water. But don't use the handle. Hold it by the rim with your fingertips." Cassian was confused, but did as he was told. He strained, his fingers aching and trembling as he carried the heavy bucket across the yard. By the time he reached the porch, his hands were cramping and water had splashed all over his boots. "Set it down," George said. "Does the water hurt?" "No," Cassian panted, "but the weight did." George finally looked up, his eyes bright and clear. The opinions of people in Vesper's Hollow are like that water. They are just there. They exist. But the only reason you are in pain is because you chose to pick them up and carry them.
No.
Cassian frowned. "But I have to care. It's my reputation."
No.
"No. No," George said firmly. "That is the great trap. The only rule for mental peace is this: if it is not under your control, it is not your business." George pointed to a bird landing on a nearby fence. "Does that bird care if you think its song is too loud? Does the sun apologize for being too bright? People will talk because they have tongues. They will judge because they have minds. But their thoughts belong to them, not you. When you stop trying to fix their thoughts, you become a ghost to their drama." "But how do I just stop caring?" "By realizing that caring is a gift of your energy," you replied. "And you, Cassian, are giving your gold to people who only offer you dirt in return. Keep your gold for yourself." Cassian sat in silence as the sun began to set over the valley. He looked back at the village where lights were flickering on. For the first time, he didn't feel the urge to run back and explain himself to anyone. He realized that the art of not caring wasn't about being cold or mean. It was about being free. He stood up, felt the breeze on his face, and realized the bucket was still there. But he didn't have to pick it up ever again. He walked home that night not as a man seeking approval, but as a man who finally owned his own mind. And in Vesper's Hollow, that was the greatest treasure of all.